on.
Hey, we are live.
Chat room, can you hear us in like 30 seconds from now?
No.
No.
Chat room, let us know when you can hear us.
Hey, channel title is still the same.
I didn't know what we were talking about till about 4 minutes ago, so it's hard to come up with a topic.
Wait a minute. We have plans? Is there a script?
I filled that in.
Okay, you got it? Then I will.
There.
Okay.
I got it. The topic is now stuffing things.
I'd rather talk about things and stuff if we don't mind.
No.
Okay. Fine.
I thought you said stuffing things, like we're going to stuff a turkey.
Oh, yeah, today we're going to make some
stuffing a turkey.
Well, I can't say
stuffing peppers.
turducken is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All
until
right,
you
well,
stuff it into
end
an
of show.
ostrich.
Okay, the chat room can see us. Thank you, Dr. Miko and Sybil. We are now ready to begin the show. Right.
Oh, I shouldn't do that.
You will end up sounding like Coltrane if you keep that up.
I don't want to do this anymore. I'm scared.
So, okay, are we ready for the intro sound?
We are. Oh, yeah. I think everyone can hear this. It sounds like Zod could.
Some kind of dwarf sissy bag.
Totally heard that.
Okay.
Totally heard that. All right, so we are going in 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Children's Week is here. Let's avoid the battlegrounds.
Spreadsheets get slimmer.
May the 4th be with you.
Where can you hear your chocobo?
And we have Ben and Jasmine here to talk about the creativity of AIE.
All that and more coming up right now. Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the AIE Podcast episode 190. I cannot even believe that. The Die Has Been podcast, broadcasting from beautiful Northern California where it is way too hot. This is Gomez. Hey, hey, party people. And joining me from only a quarter of the state of the way where it's also hot and on fire is Aludra.
Hey, AIE, I think you're awesome. Do not mind the air raid warnings going on in the background, I swear.
And coming at us from the deep south out in central Alabama where he avoided some tornadoes is Accuzod.
Greetings. This is Accuzod.
So, Aludra, what has been going on with you in the past week? I'm glad the fires have not gotten close enough to you that you are terribly affected, but you are somewhat affected.
I am somewhat affected. First off, there is ash falling from the sky, and then all the air, even the freshest air, is all smelling like smoke. So let me tell you, my sinuses love this right now, guys.
Oh,
this is
it's like allergies times 10.
It is, but luckily my Claritin is helping me so much, or else I'd be like, this is Aludra, and...
Now, you're not in immediate danger, are you? We're not going to be seeing flames coming in the window? Okay.
No, there's no flames coming in the window, but my children were evacuated from their school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're not going in tomorrow?
Well, they can't go in. No, they're not going in tomorrow, at least not to my knowledge. I mean, I pulled them out yesterday.
There's
they
things
called
on
me and
fire,
said, come get
so.
the kids. And I went, okay.
Yeah. No, it's understandable.
And then today the schools called and they said, don't bring them. And I went, that sounds like a good plan. So I don't know.
Horrifying.
When you said evacuated, I was picturing the old, World War II British where the kids are being shipped off in trains out to the country.
I know. That's the language they're using for us. It's
Zod.
like your children are evacuated. I'm like,
have you heard of the LA Unified School District? You might not be that far off. I'm just
Well, anyways, in gaming, I've been having a blast. First off, that Disney's Magical World game needs to be way less addictive. Yesterday was today they released this new patch content. Whole new zone, $3. I was like, okay, click.
Oh no.
Why not? And then it's Pirates of the Caribbean. There's new quests and new outfits and new everything, and I'm like...
So what platform is this on?
It's on the Game Boy. It's on the DS.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a DS, but I think the battery is dead. So they're
rechargeable, right?
No. Like, I plug in the thing, and it doesn't recognize that a thing has been plugged in, so I think the battery is dead. So I think I need to actually, like, call Nintendo or go someplace and get a new thing to put into the Game Boy in order for it to work. But this sounds really compelling, because I keep seeing tweets about it, I keep hearing about it. It's like, this might be something, but it also sounds like, like, this is going to be something I'm going to spend way too much time and money on.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thank goodness I'm, like, really sick. So...
Yeah, thank goodness you're really sick.
I'm kidding.
Well, silver lining, I guess.
I don't know, but it's like the gift that keeps on stealing my time. And then in World of Warcraft, I'm raiding. Yay, raiding! And I got 2 new pets today, Ben. And so... so I'm at 561 pets.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a lot.
Isn't that insane? I'm insane.
5 more to go, then you'll catch up.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm up against. 5 more to go. Whatever. I can keep going.
Pet lady.
I could keep going, but I'm not going to. I'm going to toss it to Zod. Zod, I'm sure you've been up to more compelling things. What have you been up to?
Ooh, I've been playing a whole lot of Heroes of the Storm, because, yes, I finally got in the alpha. The invite came late Thursday. I'm already at level 11, I think.
This means I can opt in now, right?
Yes, you can opt in now. Thank you very much for standing out. Having an absolute blast. It's an amazing game. I know they call it an alpha, but it is. I would call it a beta plus in any other designer world.
What is
Blizzard? Very
Blizzard?
solid game.
They don't tend to let people see things until they are already somewhat shiny.
Yeah, when they hit release, that thing has been polished unbelievably.
Oh yes.
So
yeah.
So other than that, I'm afraid to say I was playing a lot of Eve before I got an invite, and now I'm just I log in, I load up the skill timer, and then I switch back over and play Heroes again.
Isn't that how you play Eve? I'm sorry. Isn't that Eve in a nutshell?
I was having a blast scanning down wormholes and doing relic mining. I was doing the whole exploring thing. I was having a good time, but all that has been gone now. It's been taken up, and of course, cranking out a podcast on it as well with one of our other guests to this evening.
Oh yeah, we got co-hosts galore here this evening.
Hey, Gomez, what have you been up to this week?
So I played a little. Was it last weekend? Man, they're just running together. So
really are.
I think it was last weekend that we played a little more Wildstar. They actually had an additional beta weekend. So I got the class that I was highest in, which was Esper. I got a little higher just to see what and was doing some group stuff with Mooley. And then I tried like 2 or 3 more classes, because the one thing I don't like about the game, it's really hard to determine playstyle, because each of them have a little bit, different of a playstyle. And so I've narrowed it down to ones I don't want to play. Like, I've determined the path, which is not your class. It's like a separate thing that you level up. I have no interest in Soldier, which is you kind of, go to the thing and you launch, or you use a little thing and it like spawns a bunch of waves of things and a boss. And it's like, it's not really my thing. So I've narrowed it down to at least Scientist and Settler, and those are the 2 that I think I'm having the most fun with. So I'm
Do you
really
run around
looking forward.
yelling for science?
Well, yeah, of course, and you can get when I hit.
No, I mean literally typing in "for science" as you charge into battle.
They give you goggles. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. It's definitely sciencey, and yes, for science should definitely be the call. But I'm very much looking forward to the game coming out. It's it's a whole month by now, but I'm thinking that I'm probably going to jump into Star Trek Online when I get back, because I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but there's a whole month before Wildstar comes out. Yes, so yeah. I think I'm level 11, somewhere around there in Star Trek, so I'll probably jump in just to...
I haven't booted it up yet again.
Well, I patched it. I'm caught up patch-wise. I just, I haven't quite jumped in there. I've even been playing iPhone games lately. I've just, work has been so much of my attention that I'm not, not sure what's going on.
Guys, let it be known, Gomez, not in the iPhone games.
Wow.
Not currently.
I know.
Not currently. It's that's I was playing a lot of them for a while, but it's I keep looking at Tiny Death Star and it's like I see a 1 there, could like say, "Hey, you have a thing," and I'm like, "Nah, he needs
I'll wait
to
till
not
it's
do
a
this."
5. I'll wait till it's a 5, right?
No, it will never go up. It just says you have a dialogue that you need to look at. And I'm like, nope, I'm just going to not do that for a little while. But, you know, I'm going to be in airports this weekend, so I'm sure that will come back out because I'm going to get bored and need something to do.
Yes, everybody wave at Anaheim because Gomez is going to be there.
I'll be in Disneyland. Woo! It's my friend's 40th birthday, and he's like, I want to go to Disneyland. I was like, whatever. Like, I will totally fly to Los Angeles to go to. So that'll be
there's nothing
interesting.
wrong with that.
And it's going to be like 93 degrees, so that's going to be. I'm going to be on Space Mountain and the one that is Brer Rabbit. I don't remember what the name of it is.
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Yes, those are the two that I will be hitting a lot because they're indoors.
They're both
so even waiting in line here. What's that?
They're both mountain names, and you forgot.
Well, but it's not like I've only been to Disneyland 3 times, so it's like ever. So But enough of hearing me blather. So we have 2 co-hosts with us, I guess I could say tonight. So the first, I will introduce Jasmine. Jasmine, who is a co-host with Accuzod here on his new-ish podcast. I guess it's not super new. You guys have 10 episodes in the bag?
9. We just put out 9 yesterday.
So Jasmine, what has been going with you outside of what we're going to be talking about later in the show?
Let's see. For the past week, I've been playing, obviously, Heroes of the Storm. Playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm. And I've also been playing primarily... Well, I've been playing some ESO as well, and then also I got access to the Arcade Alpha this past week. So I've been sinking a lot of time into that. I'm level 19 right now, and I just crafted my glider. I just upgraded that, so I have a really nice glider now, and there's all sorts of mounts and like battle pets, and just it's amazing, and it's legit. There's battle pets. There is. They're not like battling against the other pets. Well, I guess you could maybe if you were in PvP.
They're collecting pets, right? They're the collecting ones. Yes.
Yeah. And they do battle with you though. It's like everyone can have their own hunting pets.
Before they were battle-y, so it's all good.
So there's all the pets you could possibly want. So there's that, and that's what I've been doing. Arcade, Heroes of the Storm, a little bit of Elder Scrolls.
You got to talk about the horse in the basket because that's still
the horse in the basket. It's very cute. For people that don't know,
I don't know.
You can even see it on our forums. I actually posted the screenshot. If you go to the AIE forums and you go under the expansion Imperium Ludi, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and then there's like an Arcade thread. And you can even go through there, and there's the picture of the horse in the basket. So one of the quests, you get your mount at like level 7 by doing a quest, and part of the quest is you have to carry a horse like across the town. It's a very short distance. It's just getting used to the idea of having horse? It's a small basket and a big horse head. And it's a small basket, it's on your back, and it's like the size of your back, and then you just have the happiest big horse head sticking out of it, just excited to be going wherever you're going. It's just
wow.
It's just making that big face of like, oh my god, this is the best! Oh my god! And
okay, so I've got to find this photo.
You carry a Happy Horse Head. Yeah, you have to go see Happy Horse Head. And
this is something that we all need to see, I think, to make not only our days, but
you don't feel like I did a good enough impression, really?
Oh no, I think it's.
I feel like that was really accurate.
I think that it inspired me to go look. You want to know the truth, so.
So, mission accomplished. Also, we have with us a Ludra's co-host for the Battle Pets podcast. We have Battle Pets Ben, or Ben, for those, that don't know what Battle Pets is. I don't know who you would be listening to this show that doesn't know what Battle Pets are. But, so, Ben, welcome to the show. Yeah, I don't believe you have ever been on the show before.
Not this one, no.
Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
He's filling out a bingo card as we speak.
I really am. I'm doing the best I can.
A bingo card? Okay.
Yeah.
Podcast guest bingo?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I have left is like the instance, and then I get, a 5-way like.
Oh yeah, that's
wine
the
thing.
blackout.
Never gonna happen
the
though.
Center that'll be like
exactly. Yeah, but things have been going good. I have been doing some well. I was actually helping out with the AIE Craft Fair quite a bit over the weekend.
Oh, well, cool.
Yep, so I got to hang out with Tetsemi, Makala, Shoujo, Old Lady, Old Man Franks. Nope, never. Yeah, for those who don't know, yeah, I'm one of the Arizona people.
Oh, I see. You can't just keep it in the game, can you? You have to go and meet out in the real life. Yeah, I see how it is.
Isn't that what AIE
you know
is all
what?
about?
Just because you live in the middle of nowhere and can't meet up, Gomez, because you're super busy. Doesn't mean we all want to be like that.
No, I live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, very true.
That's
Very true.
That's true. You are podcasting from that shack.
Yep, so got to play around with them, had a lot of fun. We're raiding tonight, so I'm super excited for that. But other than that, I've been playing a whole crap ton of Heroes of the Storm because that game is fantastic. So, yeah, as soon as you get into the alpha, just jump in. It is so much fun. And I don't know if anybody here has actually heard of it. There's a show called Prepare for Combat. Very good. It's a show all about Heroes of the Storm. I listen to it. I love it. So... yeah, check it out.
Wow, I don't think Zod even paid him for that plug. So who knows?
He'll give me some gold in WoW tonight. So.
Yeah.
Oh! Now I know how you keep getting ahead of me in pets.
Okay, to his credit, I actually offered him a free pet that I knew you both were trying to collect, and he turned it down because he's like, nope, I'm gonna get it normally. It wouldn't be fair. So.
Yeah, is it the Shawling that we're trying to?
Yep.
I've been offered.
Luger, grab it.
No, it's a contest. We can't cheat at the contest. That'd be cheating.
Okay, well, we will be getting back to Ben and Jasmine shortly, but first, let us cover this week's news.
AIE News.
All right, we're going to start this week off with the granddaddy of AIE communities, AIE and World of Warcraft. It's that time again for Children's Week.
Boo.
The anger is palpable.
The long, strange journey achievement that just trips everybody up and makes everybody go, I quit! It's well known for the number of highly annoying PvP actions that you have to partake in and that people kill you over. To help, Davo Girl has reposted her guide for knocking out the PvP events with as little stress as possible, which I find very sweet but kind of laughable since we are talking about PvP. And wow.
Well, so, and just the super trolliness of...
Yeah, it's the trolliness.
During this week, all the PvPers hate that you are in their game, that you don't play for, I think there's one other event that has a heavy PvP aspect that you have to do the PvP to get long strange trip, but this is the worst one by leaps and bounds. So yeah, it's, oh my word.
Yeah, they really, there's a lot of resentment there that other people are playing PvP.
Yes.
So if you would like to check out these tips, they're in the AIE Azeroth forums under the dreaded Children's Week, which is putting it lightly. And speaking of the forums, if you're new to AIE and looking to get into raiding, or you have a raid team that's looking to fill a few spots, don't forget we have a section in the forums just for that. In the AIE Azeroth forums, you'll find the Team Recruitment sub-forum, which will let you post yourself as a free agent or post with your raid team info. So prospective, not protective, unless you are really looking for one of them, raiders can find you.
Words are hard.
And also, if you happen to see a raid team that is, they have posted what their schedule is on any other thread, the threads aren't locked, the threads aren't private. Express your interest, because although it is good to post your information in the sort of generic thread, if you show initiative and you show interest, I know as a former raid leader, I have not done that for 2 years now, but as a former raid leader, when someone would post in there that they've actually done the research to see when we raided, what we're looking for, and they're offering their help, that goes a long way. And being like, well, hey, we have a full raid team now if you want to alternate a couple nights, so be very aware of that.
Now, see, those people just are the kind of people who also will watch the videos and learn the fight, and they just mess the rest of us up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, you're using strategy. We don't do that. We just press random buttons and run around, and then the boss dies. We
just beat our face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and now on to spreadsheets in space with the AIE Eve crew. Do all the changes in the AIE Eve. Words are hard. Gomez, words are hard. Thank you.
I got it.
Due to all the changes the AIE Eve crew has gone through, leaving Test, joining Brave, and now conquering the section of space known as Catch, the AIE Corporation is making some changes to streamline the pilot training, and which is actually kind of accurate, actually.
It is Eve, so you know.
And the ship fitting process. Ship fitting process. I should enunciate that clearly.
Say that carefully. Yes, I don't want to edit. Thank you.
They've reduced the number of fit recommendations and then changed the skill training plans to match. Now, the changes are all on the wiki if you want to check them out. And speaking of the wiki, Hoots has been working hard to rebuild the EVE wiki to make it easier to read and find information for. However, it's a big job, so he's asking to relax, hang on, you'll notice things of it are changing daily, and he's also asking for help double-checking everything. So anyone can edit the wiki, which is the point of a wiki, so if you see something missing or that could be explained better or just isn't formatted pretty, jump right in and help out.
For you hobbit citizens. No, I'm not going to do the thing. That was
jeez, no.
For you hobbit citizens in AIE in Lord of the Rings. No, I can't read that whole paragraph like that. I wouldn't be able to talk the rest of the episode, which is maybe what people are looking for. But so if you are in AIE Lord of the Rings Online, the Lotro 7th anniversary party started last Saturday and has been so well received they decided to extend it. That's right. AIE is going to keep extending the party as long as it keeps going. So, you know, that's the way we roll. So the anniversary event and all the goodies it contains will now run through May 6th. And in celebration of the 7th anniversary, the AIE Lotro gang held a concert and played instruments in-game, and apparently they're pretty good. So the practice session maybe was just, a formality that just wanted people to get a little extra access. So Lotwook says a wandering talent scout caught the act, and the guild has been asked to play at a server-wide RP festival. Yes, they got totally scouted and are playing at a server-wide festival. So no idea if that's true or Lotwook's just pulling our leg. You remember Flappy MMO? Remember that? That wasn't true. Lotwook totally lied to me when he
chat room. That. So Lotwook, please, when you hear this, please update us.
All right. In the meantime, in a galaxy far, far away with the AIE Star Wars and the Old Republic, just a reminder, there's a double XP weekend coming up starting tomorrow, Friday, May 2nd, and running through Monday, May 5th. BioWare will also be giving everyone who has a SWTOR account on May 4th a free MT4T. This is an astromech droid mini pack. It kind of looks like the R2-D2, but it's not, so don't confuse them. So, May the 4th be with you.
Man, I'm going to be out of town. I can't log in and get my free droid. What's going on here?
All right, to celebrate the AIE Nomads crew jumping in with the AIE and Star Trek Online gang, Captain Hunter is toying with the idea of holding a Mystery Star Trek 3000 event, where everyone will queue up the Nomad episode of the original series to the same point, start playing it at the same time, and then riff it over event. So if you've ever seen MST3K or Riff Tracks, that's what we're talking about. So if you want to be part of that fun, jump onto his post in the forums and tell him it's a good idea, because he's still a little unsure.
So for the AIE in Final Fantasy XIV game, Abavan and Bunraku have started a little side project they're calling the Chocobo Stable Podcast. I think it's an homage to another well-known AIE podcast. That might be the case. They posted episode 0, which is a demo of the idea, and would love some feedback from the rest of the Final Fantasy gang, or if you just like podcasts. I mean, you can give constructive feedback if you are a podcast listener. So give it a listen. Let them know what you think. It's listenable at chocobostable.libsyn.com.
And we have no news this week from AIE Rift, The Secret World, or Guild Wars 2. So if you're in one of those groups and you want us to talk about you because, hey, spotlight time, email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. Or better yet, post it in the forums and we will find it. We're really good at that.
Very good. So here are the AIE meetups coming up in the next month. We've only got 2. That is the Spring Raid on Harry's Hofbrau in San Jose on Saturday, May 3rd, which is this weekend. So time to go is now.
Sorry I can't be there, folks. I happen to be not there this week. So
always.
And the other one is Comicapalooza in Houston on Friday, May 23rd. If you are interested in attending either one of these, go to the AIEmeetup.com site to RSVP. Better yet, sign up and plan your own meetup so we can talk about it.
And with that, we're going to bring out our guests who have been waiting quietly and patiently during the smattering of, blathering of news that we go through here. But I want to give a special shout out to Zod, who is now doing most of the news gathering for the show. We really appreciate Zod. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It's because for the first 100 episodes I was on, I didn't do any of the news gathering, so I'm catching up.
Well, that's because Gomez was crazy and it was like, oh, it's Wednesday, we don't have a show yet, and then I would, desperately try to come up with things, and then Eludra would be like, oh, here's some good items. You found random things, and now we will put good items into this show. Yeah, it turns out I'm better at post than the other options. Like, I'm better at post, editing the show and that sort of thing.
Don't sell yourself
Rather than content creation. Wibble wobble, timey-wimey. So, but we have two fantastic content creators here. We have both Ben and Jasmine. So talk to us a little bit about your process for content creation, how you got started at AIE. Ben, I know we have not heard from you on this topic. Jasmine, I believe, I don't know if we know your history with AIE specifically.
No.
Shall I give you a little bit of history? Shall I?
Sure.
History, yay! Everyone sit down. History lesson. Get out your notebooks. There will be a test at the end of the show.
I like
Does this count for the final grade?
Yes, it does. This is about 20% of your final grade, so I hope you've been paying attention. No bathroom breaks. I'm a terrible teacher. I'm sorry. I didn't really bother making homework up until now, so now you get this test. That's all you get. I'm sorry. So basically, I had a couple of friends that I hung out with locally, Sam and Randy, and we'd go out and we'd hang out and we'd do something. We'd go over to their house and they'd periodically talk about this guild they were in, AIE, and how awesome it was and how great it was, and it just sounded like a lovely, friendly family. And then they went to a convention that was full of people from AIE, and I was like, wow, that's kind of a lot of people, isn't it? And they kept talking about it periodically because it's a part of their life. And after so many months, I went and I fed llamas with Eludra. And
this is so true, guys.
Natural progression.
Obviously, this one comes after the other. This was the natural progression of our friendship. So at one point I went with Samantha and her son Will and my fiancé Chris, and we went with Eludra and her husband, and we went off and we went to a petting zoo to let Will pet and touch and look at animals, and frankly, and let me pet and touch and look at animals. I petted bunnies.
Yeah, there were bunnies.
Right. There were bunnies. And
Mama face.
Mama face. And there were all sorts of, there were goats.
I thought that was code for something, but you actually meant llamas, right?
No, we randomly pet llamas. It was really funny because I had to get the llama to come forward so Jasmine could pet him. And it was
we bribe it with lettuce and things like that. Like, come here, let me touch your llama face. Come here, please. And so I was just talking with everyone after that, and we were walking down the street, and Eludra was like, "You should join AIE." I was like, I don't know. I don't want to impose. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I was concerned.
5,000 members, and she's gonna be the one that broke it.
I don't know how I thought I would be somehow messing things up. I was like, okay, I guess I don't want to impose. And the first guild I played with was the Rift Guild, because I was in the process of leveling from 50 to 60. I finally got the expansion. This was right after it went free to play. And so the first guild I played with was the Rift Guild. It was small and it was quiet. Everyone was really, really nice, though. And then I started playing Final Fantasy, and I started playing that during its 2.0 beta. Well, I played it during actually 1.0's beta and 1.0, but this version I played during 2.0's beta, and I saw AIE was having a guild, so I was like, all right, this sounds like a good idea. Let's go join this guild. And so I joined up the guild, and about a month later I was an officer. And
that happens.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, that does happen.
I started posting a ton on the forums, and I guess they were like, oh, you have a lot of things to say. Why don't we give you, more forums to post in? Oh, okay, all right. I've got now 2 forums to post in. So now I am an officer in AIE, and I have also been helping out with the ESO guild getting started, and here I am.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And Ben, we certainly do not have your history because I know you have not been on the show before. So tell us a little bit about how you found AIE, how you got into the game.
Well, I was working on this llama farm, and
Oh, okay. Wow. It all
Sorry we
ties
touched your llamas.
together.
So sorry.
no, so okay, forever ago, I started playing this game called World of Warcraft. I don't know if you guys have heard of that either. It's kind of small.
No. Yeah.
It's a
no one
small
plays
game.
that anymore.
Yeah. So okay,
good.
my friend John, also he in guild. His name is Eos. He kind of got me into it and everything. And we had been playing on the Silver Moon server for forever. Been in a guild and everything. And the guild just kind of started falling apart. But, we still stuck with it. I was an officer. Nevermore was an officer. We were both, just kind of spending our time there, just like, okay. Then SWTOR was coming out. So then I thought, you know what? I know our guild's going to switch over there. I kind of want to try going over to AIE. I know that they're going to have a guild there. And so, I've been listening to the instance for years, and she kind of heard a couple episodes, and she's like, okay, it sounds like a good community. So we joined in SWTOR, played there, had so much fun, and then all of a sudden there was a meetup in Phoenix. So we thought, okay, let's go do that. Did the meetup, and then I think the next week we started moving all of our tunes over to AIE and WoW. And it's like, we're all, sorry guys, we want to have fun playing this game, so
Hey,
And
you
you're
should
not
join
doing
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
we tried. We pulled a couple people with us, but not everybody came along, unfortunately. They didn't understand the concept of fun while playing WoW, apparently.
What an
So-
alien
It
idea.
is a hard concept to
I know.
grasp. I can understand.
It is great.
Everyone gets there in their own time. Sometimes it takes longer for other people. It's
Very
okay.
true.
Yeah.
You don't have to have fun. It's not
So
mandatory.
weird.
Yeah, so, like I said, I was in the guild with my friend John. I told him, hey, Nevermore and I, we're going to be moving over. Why don't you come? He's like, oh, yeah, totally, because he was in AIE, like, forever ago and then switched back because he didn't take the time to get to know everybody, or at least
Well, there's
somebody.
a lot of everybody to get to know. Let's be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. So now I've been in the guild for I think 2 years now, something like that. And I mean, when I say that AIE is like my home and my family, I really mean it. I absolutely love it. Everybody that I met has been a ton of fun, and getting to see everybody at Nerdtacular, at BlizzCon, everything has just cemented the fact that it's a gaming community that I am just sticking with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, great.
It's a good place to
So
be.
we have you guys as content creators. So I know you're both co-hosts for 2 other shows that I believe has mentioned both of them on the
A few
podcast so
times,
far.
I think.
So what is your process for creating content? I mean, I don't want to say for AIE, but it is for AIE. I mean, you guys are both you're members that have been in for a while now. If you're talking about, Jasmine is talking about, I joined in Rift. That was what, 3-4 years
That
ago?
was last year.
Really?
When Rift went free to play. Rift has been out for about 4
okay.
years, but Rift went free to play last year in the late summer.
Oh, okay.
Almost
So-
got into the game too. I almost jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Rift was good, but it was another MMO that I did not have time to play. So it was like, nope, I'm gonna move on to something else. That's just that's the way it goes.
Actually, let me ask you, Ben, since we're talking about it right now, how many different things do you produce? I know you do more than just these 2.
Well, I am currently on 4 shows. So
Wow.
Battle Pets with Eludra. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm like Scott Johnson busy, but I'm getting there.
He's like, I'm super busy. Here's the new Diablo podcast. You're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Battle Pets with Eludra, which I was I listened to the show beforehand. I was really sad that Kefis left, but when Eludra asked me to join her, she almost didn't because I was as busy as I was.
Mm-hmm.
But so finally, she's like,
And it's not even a third as busy as he is now.
Yeah, that's true. But so yeah, she asked me on, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, that's great. I love Battle Pets. It's been something that I've been collecting for years. So doing that. I do a show called Azeroth Roundtable. That's with my friend
Okay.
John. Yeah, we usually have guests from the Warcraft podcasting community or just random people who listen. That's the last episode that we had.
I was on that show where he picked up the name, what's it, No Pansy the Clown?
Yep, no Pansy the Clown. That was a fun one.
Well, okay.
You had to be there.
Do I
you
need
really
to
did.
edit that out? I
Oh,
don't even know.
it's fine. He's just a clown. That's all. But
yeah,
yeah,
terrifying.
that's just a general discussion show. We don't cover the news, but we talk about different aspects of everything. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm also on Flex Mode. That's with Remgar from Torrent Think Tank, Ro from Realm Maintenance, and then John again. The four of us. That's where we make up stuff. Think Whose Line Is It Anyway, but with WoW-themed stuff. And then, last but not least, Geektopia, which I do that with Alakaz and Lita, and we talk about a whole bunch of just randomly geeky topics. So I do a lot, and it's so much fun. If you start creating content and doing podcasting, you kind of get addicted.
You want to keep doing it, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, we're all crazy.
And Jasmine, how about you? What current content are you creating?
Oh, let's see. Well, I started out doing podcasting, making YouTube videos, doing producing and hosting video podcasts, doing interviews, going to conventions, things like that. And I worked for Massively for a while, Massively.com, and I went to conventions for them, and I wrote for them, and I was one of their official live streamers until the epic downsizing of AOL's content by 75% several months ago. And rest in peace, everybody all of my friends that were laid off as well. And
that was painful.
Mm-hmm. It was sad times. It hit every one of AOL's blogs, so it wasn't a positive thing. But I had a lot of fun while I was there. They're really, really excellent people, and I have a blog I post on periodically. Would you consider it? How's your mic, Aludra? How is that? Do you wanna how's that going? How's it going for you? I just saw you really up close with your mic. My entire other monitor
I'm sorry.
is nothing but the podcast.
My mic's being weird right now. Won't settle, so I'm just
So I just saw nothing but this. Just this face.
I was expecting her to just bust out into solo.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to
that happens
my
from time
mic
to
so
time.
you can still hear me, but I'm what are you doing, Mike? Because it's craning toward me slowly, and I'm
coming at you. It's gonna get you.
It is. It's gonna eat my face, and I like my face. So
I'm all fond of your face.
How's it going? Just getting close here.
What you doing later? What's up?
Sorry.
Anyway,
distract her. I get a point. I distracted her.
You get a point.
You distracted all of us, I think.
I have my second monitor nothing but the Google Hangout feed, and since Aludra was the last one to make a slight sound, it was let me show you all of her face. So it was nothing but the mic slowly coming at her and this happening. And so I feel I got the best view. You guys only probably saw my face.
Yeah, I'm so interested. Inanimate objects are craning closer to me. I'm just
it's true. It's very true.
That's right. For those of you at home, if you've never used Google Hangouts will never show you as the picture that is being displayed. If you are talking, chances are you are being displayed, but it doesn't actually show you that. So yeah, the last person that actually made a noise will be in the window, and it can be, especially if someone's mic is attacking them, it can be very distracting.
I know. It was craning in. It's getting my breathing now. It's just I don't even know. Yay.
Mike, she's just not that into you. Calm
yes,
down.
I'm really not.
Okay.
No means no.
Sorry. Hi, Luda.
Good. Thanks for listening, Mike. Where were we? What were we talking? What was I?
Massively, and it was sad, and then we're moving on to a better topic.
But it was excellent while I was there. And what do I do now? Let's see, I blog periodically on my website, irljasmine.com. I don't know if you'd consider incessantly tweeting, creating content.
Sure.
It's not necessarily good content, but yes, I'm incessantly tweeting.
Well, it's Twitter. So, there's only so much you can do to make good content.
140 characters of awesome. Come follow me, IRL Jasmine.
Exactly.
Obviously, we've talked about it a couple times already. I am on Prepare for Combat with Akazad and Alakaz, and we record every Tuesday, and usually up Tuesday night, Wednesday morning-ish, somewhere around there. And I'm doing this right now today, and pretty much everything.
The Twitch streaming you do.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I stream on Twitch. I've started doing it a lot recently. I've been streaming every day this week because I got Arcade and I want to show the entire world how much I'm enjoying this game. So I Twitch stream, and you can check out that twitch.tv/IRLJasmine.
You can watch your raid at a bus stop, guys. It's brilliant.
It's true, yeah. You can watch it on mobile. They actually have a pretty decent mobile application. You can watch me on your phone while you're stuck at a bus stop.
I mean, you can watch Jasmine at a bus stop because
you can
that's
watch
what
me
I
at a bus.
tuned in for. Yeah,
True.
There was a bus, and everybody was excited because the bus came, and then they got to dance on the bus.
This was a thing.
No, this is seriously. It was
Wow.
actually
This is a
compelling.
game I've got to play.
Yes.
So wait a second, my
Horses and
commute
baskets.
could be a Twitch stream? Wow, I'll need to look into this.
If you too would like to carry a clear jam on your back across a couple of different zones, you too can wait for like the big carriage and sit there and then climb onto the carriage and dance while it takes you to the other zone. And then keep waddling your way up there to deliver your clear jam. It's an in-depth game. There's a lot of things. I swear it's not just jam delivery system.
No, it's
Actually,
a horse delivery system as well.
That's true.
We see the picture.
Yeah, okay, so you guys, I'm sorry, normally I don't delve into this, because this is not the topic of the show. What the heck is the plot of this MMO? You can carry horse baskets and jam. This needs to be clarified as to what the plot, what the style is. Is it swords and sorcery?
It is a, basically, it's a sand park MMO. It's part theme park, part sandbox, and there's a lot of sandboxy elements in there, which is where you're going to get the weird stuff like I can deliver jam, do trade runs. You have pirate ships. You can literally sail your own ship across the ocean where other people might attack you. During your pirate ship running, you can have PvP on that ocean. People can take your things and then go deliver it themselves. They can have your things, and then they've got your stuff, and there's housing, and you can build your house in an area where there's PvP. You can choose to not do that. You can grow crops. You can then sell them or use them for other stuff. You can have livestock. Yes, you can make jam. I grew strawberries. I made strawberry jam, and I delivered it. It's a true story. There's a thing I actually did in this game.
The most important question that I could possibly think of for this MMO, are there spreadsheets involved?
Oh, you could definitely make. I've already seen at least 2 separate spreadsheets. Spreadsheets. What do you do? Words.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Zot said it. Okay, we're good.
Yay. I made a sound effect. I'm so proud.
You distracted someone. You made a sound effect. I mean, your bingo card's filling up pretty fast.
By the end of the evening.
Now, what I find interesting is, Ben, you joined AIE, you met a bunch of people, you started creating content.
Mm-hmm.
You went, this is a great community, like a lot of us did, and then you went, hey, I can make content and, not only have more fun for myself, but make this community maybe a little better by spreading my questionable knowledge around, because that's what I said. I
well, that's what we all say.
Knowledge,
come on,
yeah. But Jasmine came in as an already content creator to our community, and instead of doing what content creators do, which is, I'm going to make my own community around what I do, kind of like why The Instance founded us and all that, she went, no thanks, that's too much work.
That's a lot of work.
I'm just going to join AIE and just...
Actually... I see you trying to talk. I see you doing this. It's very cute. There's actually a thing to do with this. This is actually a major factor in why I joined AIE, and that was that every single time I tried to play a game or live stream or do anything, I got treated really weirdly. Because people are like, I recognize you, oh, I've played with you, I watched your show or read your blog or I watch your live streams or whatever, and I heard from Sam and Randy and Lidra that this is a place where there are a lot of content creators, where someone who does the kind of thing that I do is not rare, it's not special, it's not that interesting, and people
So you went, yeah, I'm
bug
not
me.
special, and
Yes.
go in?
I
you
got
do a
really
podcast?
excited that I can go
on my
over
raid
here.
team.
I don't have to hide who I am and be like, no, I'm not interesting. I can talk about what I do and the things I like doing and talk about like the podcast I'm on and the thing and the live stream and everything, and no one's going to freak out about it. And I love that about AIE. It's such an awesome aspect of this community.
Well,
Ben's going, look at me, I make 9 shows.
In all honesty, it's more like I don't really go out there. I am surprised whenever anyone ever says that they actually listen to something I do. Like Nerdtacular or BlizzCon last year, we met a fan who was just so incredibly happy to meet Eludra and myself. And
oh yeah, the one who said
she
got that Metzing guy signature, but she really wanted ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I signed next to Chris Metzin's name. I'm like, why are you having me do this?
She's like, because you're the one I want to meet. And her husband's like, yes.
Yeah, it's like, in all honesty, I do it because it's just so much fun to do. I'm talking to my friends about stupid, fun video games. That's it. And if people want to listen, that's cool. It boggles my mind, in all honesty.
If they want to listen to us make goat puns and such, because that's what we did last show. Hundreds of goat puns.
It was great.
So I have to ask, Jasmine, so are the Sam and Randy you're talking about Samantha Jane and Randy Deluxe?
Yeah.
So just so people know, she's name dropping like, oh yeah, Pillars of Community, they're my buds, and I got it. No, come on, it is somewhat name dropping. He was the leader of AIE for how long? Oh yeah,
they're my actual friends.
I know.
I didn't know anything about AIE.
Okay, it's not name dropping in that you're name dropping. But in this community, it's like, oh, people have heard of those people. They're not Sam and Randy randomly. They're, the former head of all of AIE and WoW, and his wife, who is totally awesome. So it's like
they're just my awesome friends. They invite me over for pizza and we play video games and
Let me put it this way: I can name drop. I raid with Accuzod. I don't know if you've ever met that guy.
Man, he is horrible in raids. It reminds me of the time Charlie Sheen told me to stop name dropping.
I remember that. I was there.
He got it from me.
Okay. All right, so let me ask you guys, what is it, do you think, about the AIE community that fosters this whole content creation? Because, I was talking with another guildie. I'm looking up I know his real name. I'm trying to find his game name. But he kind of whispered at me and said, I'd love to do a podcast. How do I do it? And I gave him some pointers. I'm like, yeah, you can post files here. You can set up this WordPress blog. You link them together. You post on iTunes. And then, 3 weeks later, he's like, hey, listen to this, episode 1. And he emails like, hey, here's episode 3. And he's doing a podcast and going strong. So,
Yay!
That was amazing. It's just something about this community that people, like Jasmine was saying, they feel welcome and open to get out there and do something that is potentially embarrassing, like I do every week. And it's welcome and fostered in this community. It's just something about AIE that I think really fosters that.
Oh, definitely. Like, if you just mention something about, like, oh, you're talking with someone in a party or tells or something, you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about making this. Everybody's supportive in every way. I mean, it's like we fostered a community that is, it's supportive anyway. It doesn't matter what you do. If, you like to draw or paint or anything like that, if you make any sort of audio content, if you want to make it, just a little bumper for like the AIE podcast or the instance or anything like that, everybody will, give you feedback, will support you, and just try to help make everybody succeed.
Sorry, I'm distracted because Buxy just jumped in the chat room and we were actually getting him on the show. And speaking of the content creators who have achieved a level of fame that they weren't even ready for, Buxley.
Yeah. No, there are lots of segment submitters, and a lot of people are and some of the folks who have made community content for us in the past, the Convert to Raid folks. They were AIE members. They decided to make their own guild. We wish them completely well. I think they're totally an awesome group of guys, having worked with Coltrane for a really long time. But that's the sort of thing is. When he sent me, I've talked about this before, but when Coltrane sent me his demo reel, like, oh hey, I heard you lost a host on the raid wrap up. Here's my demo reel. I was like, you are better than anything I have ever done on this show ever. And so that's the sort of thing is, I don't have that voice. If I had that voice, I think I would be doing a lot better. So
you're awesome, Gomez.
but I don't have that voice. I'm ready. Well, and earlier you guys missed it. Before the show started, I was trying to do a new audio setup, and you guys almost heard Chipmunk Gomez for the entire show, which I could not hear myself. Zod, I'm actually surprised you told me.
I almost didn't. Like that. The Chipmunk Gomez would have been awesome, but somebody would have said it. So
I went back to my old setup.
Like, Gomez, you okay?
you know, we're about to, so I'm trying to get my system upgraded. But yeah, so that's a sort of thing is sometimes people, you know, feel they want to develop their own community. That's fine. But as Aludra, I think, said before the show, the percentage of people within AIE that are wanting to make content for AIE is a really large percentage. Like, we don't have a lot of folks leave. Mm-hmm. A lot of people will make stuff because they think the community is really awesome and they want to contribute to the community, whether it's making a podcast segment, a podcast, posting a ton on the forums with helpful stuff. And we really appreciate that you're helping to build the community because the officers can't do it all. And although a lot of the people in the community that tend to make content, we kind of pull them behind the officer curtain before they know what's hit them. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. So, and it's not a guarantee of, you know, oh, I really want to be an officer, I should start making content. It certainly is a way that gets you noticed by the community at large.
Yep, I'm not an officer, but I still make stuff, and I have a blast.
Yeah, I wasn't an officer for ages, and I was making things, so it's not a guarantee. It's just sometimes it's the incentive that we see somebody working so actively to better the community, and then they will, you know, just take it upon themselves to add to AIE on their own. That's kind of the officer type mentality. I think that's why you see a lot of people like that grabbed, and because you see that they're willing to put in the work on something that offers very little to no reward. I mean, let's be honest about content creation here, guys. I get some creepy emails. That is not rewarding.
No, that is not rewarding. That is more a punishment and a detriment. That is not, no.
John,
it's your guys'
I'm just going to ask you.
Being cute. See, I don't get those kind of emails.
I don't either.
Exactly. I have never gotten a creepy email. I don't think Zod has ever gotten a creepy email. So it's I think that is firmly in the Jasmine and Ludra camps in this particular podcast. We're just going to go out and say that. It's not a good thing, but it's, you know, I'm just, you know, making that separation there.
Not a good thing, but I am jealous.
Just as far.
You would not be jealous if you got my email.
Somebody please send me creepy email. I'd appreciate
Stalker equals stalker. It's not fun. But
it's not fun. It's not funny.
Exactly.
That's another thing I love about AIE is we offer everybody that protection. You know, if somebody's being creepy in game, that's it. You know, you tell them to knock it off. If they don't, you just go, "Hey, officers, this guy isn't knocking it off."
Yeah, this guy's not stopping.
Yeah,
it's not fun anymore.
What's really the rule of AIE when you boil them all down, when you take away all the excess? Don't be a jerk.
Yeah,
don't be a jerk. Gomez.
That's honestly really true, and that was like also another major factor in why I was so excited to join AIE. Is it's not exactly hard to put yourself out there and get back some really unpleasant, creepy, uncomfortable responses. And I met Aludra, and I just looked at her and I was like, wow, you are amazing. If anyone was a total jerk to me, I could totally go to you and tell you, and you would actually help. Like, that's awesome. The AIE community is so helpful and so welcoming and so protective of their own members. It's just, I sound like an advertisement for AIE. It's just a really
we do that every week. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're here for. But also on that note, so we mentioned it in the past on when we had other content creators on the show, feedback. So I know that the first time the Nomads were on, they sent a thing. They were like, oh, you need to make a random number generator and you need to send feedback to a podcast that you like. That is really, really important because we sort of, although I know how many people download the show, I don't know how many people listen to the show. They might download it. They might delete it off their iPod. Like I really have no idea of knowing. Feedback. If you like a podcast and you like something that they do, send them a note. give them a rating. It's really, really helpful to be steered in a direction one way or another, because we might start a segment that you guys hate, but if no one tells us that, we're going to continue to do it. That's just that, because we're doing what we think people want to hear. So in that case, it's really, really important that send a note. We love to get feedback, good or bad. Like, Gomez is way too spastic. You need to, like, tie his arms down so he stops talking with his hands on the podcast.
No, that is charm of the video podcast. We cannot lose that. Seriously, though, like, personally, I know somebody sent me once a note that was absolutely trashing my show, just absolutely destroying Battle Pets. It was, like, the meanest email this person could craft. And so I kind of scratch my head and go, why are you still listening? But from all of that, I think I sent him back a note that said, then why are you listening? Okay, but from all of the stuff he was trashing, I found 2 points that I thought were really good ideas. If we took all the negativity off them and cleaned them up and, oh, well, that might be a good change. I'm never going to tell you that, but... And, so... I mean, I'm not saying go trash a podcast, but I'm saying anything you have to say that could be an improvement to a podcast is awesome.
Well, constructive criticism.
Yeah,
strive for
like I said, don't go trash a podcast, but if you got something, I think, the show would be a little better if Aludra stopped talking about her DS games so much. Then, I can go, okay, and I'll put a big post-it, no DS talk on the show. And
Dear Battle Pets, that Ben guy talks funny. He makes too many puns. Kick him off.
No!
Yeah, and it's the whole thing of the important thing really is constructive criticism, because to be fair, it takes no talent. I'm sure people have read YouTube comments. I don't recommend it. Anyone can crap on something on the internet. That takes no talent. It takes no thought. If you can find a way that a show can improve, a show would actually love to hear that. That's what it comes down to.
And don't be a jerk, and don't be creepy.
And don't be afraid to try. If you have an idea for a podcast or a segment, even just a segment, you got 90 seconds to say something, send it to us. I mean, I will volunteer, at least myself. I'll listen. I'll give you tips, give you ideas, tell you what's good, tell you what might be better.
Be careful with Zod. If he thinks it's fine, he'll call you out in the middle of a show and tell you he's going to post your half-finished idea.
No, I don't think I told you. I think I just posted it.
Oh, no.
No, you were like... And Aludra sent something in, and it's good. And so we're going to put down the show. I'm like, it doesn't even have background music. And you're like, so?
It was that good. So.
Hey, wait a second. This show does not background music.
Yes, but for a segment, they kind of help.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And also, background music is a really good way to, like, oh, there's a little echo in the room. Oh, I'll throw some background music, and it's magic. It fixes the background.
One thing that I definitely want to add that everybody needs to know, and Akizad, you kind of started with that too, saying if you need any help, a lot of us are always available to say, like, oh, hey, I use this program to edit or record. This is the microphone I use, anything like that. But even more so, I think 99, if not 100% of the programs and everything I use entirely free.
Yeah.
And it makes it so much easier to be able to, like, download this. I get to play with it a whole bunch, see what I can do. Hey, look, there's an old-time radio voice, or hey, here's a cool echo, just something like that. It gives you just so much to do because it's free. You can do whatever you want. So
don't use the free tools. Don't think that you can't afford to be a podcaster, because honestly, if we all spent Gomez money on podcasting.
I knew that was coming out. I totally knew that was coming out. See, sometimes you have to substitute money for talent, and in my case, totally worked. So,
you have talent, but like recently, I was talking to Jasmine. I'm like, hey, can you help me with this one aspect of streaming? And she was like, yes, and just blah, and she gave me all the information I needed, and I was like, oh. Wow, I'm dumb for not noticing that. And she's like, no, nobody notices that. You're fine.
OBS is not intuitive. It's just not. It's not your fault.
I had to give up on OBS. I use XSplit because I could. OBS was just fighting me.
Well, and also, if you have a really good idea for a podcast or a segment, the tech is not the hardest part. If you have come up with an idea, I have said this a million times on the podcast, coming up with content is the hard part. People can help you with the tech part. That there is, I mean, if you have a retardedly large budget, like apparently Gomez does, I can help you with that equipment. There's lots of free options as well. But if you have an idea, that is really the hardest thing to overcome. This is the reason Gomez does one podcast and not 4. Because I can't think of another idea that's novel that isn't already out on the internet.
So even if it's already out there, you can present it in a whole different way.
A different way. Yes, that is very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Lotwook in the chat room probably said the biggest thing is that a good microphone is going to be your biggest investment.
It is.
Yeah, yes. I spend $25 on mine, by the way.
And be careful because your mics can really grow attached to you, apparently.
As Eludris was creepily stalking her during the show here.
Don't be a creeper, microphone. Jeez.
Stop sending emails, microphone. Stop it. We talked about this.
Nick, you need a co-host. I think if you need a co-host, Gomez is free time, is what he's saying.
And he'll do all the work, too.
And he'll do all the work.
Wait a second here. I don't know if I went that far. But okay, well, do you guys have any last-minute things you would like to throw in? Otherwise, I think we will wrap the show up here.
Just, you know what? Do it. Just, if you've been waiting for something, it's me saying do it right now.
If you're waiting for the sign, this is the sign. This is the sign. I'm giving you the sign. This is it. Go, do it. Everything. There's so many free tools out there that you can use. There's so many free websites. If you want to do this, you can do this. You don't have to spend $500 on a microphone, although if you're going to invest in something, invest in a microphone. Maybe only $20, but, do it. You can do this. If you want to do this, you can do this.
If you had Rock Band, it's got a USB microphone. Use that to start out with if you need to.
Actually, I found the microphone on my iPhone was what I started out with when I started doing the Overly Dramatic News. I recorded on my iPhone because the microphone was excellent.
Yeah, the voice memo on that's how I started way back when. Yeah, it works really well.
No kidding.
No, it's a great mic on those things. And then like the Android line's even getting better. So.
Yeah. No, it's again once again to reiterate, the tech is not the problem. If you have an idea, post on the forums. You will get probably someone to help you out in the other parts of the equation. And it can be like Zod's microphone when he bought I don't remember what the model number is, but it's an Audio-Technica, correct?
Yeah, it's an ATR. I can't read this.
I thought it was a 2020.
2210, I think it is.
Okay, so it is both USB and XLR.
Sorry, ATR 2100. It's both USB and XLR at the same time, so it doesn't matter what kind of hardware you have, it'll work.
Right, you can plug it directly into your laptop if you need to. If you have a mixer, you can plug it into that as well.
And it was $25 on Amazon.
And
that's the most expensive thing I've ever bought with this.
Yeah. So that's our show for this evening. We want to thank both Ben and Jasmine for joining us. Where can folks find you on the web? We will want to have you guys post that in the show notes as well. Just at the end of the show, we will have you do that as well. But let us know auditorily where folks can find you.
Go ahead, Jasmine.
All right, I will start. You can find me on my website, irljasmine.com, is my blog. It links to absolutely everything. I'm super active on Twitter, twitter.com/irljasmine. I also have like a Facebook, pretty much every social networking thing. You can find me there. You can also listen to me at Prepare for Combat every Tuesday. We're starting to do this kind of a thing. We're doing like a live show Tuesday evening, so if you want to hang out and do that 7 p.m. PST, you can watch us make faces on the internet. Otherwise, the audio version you can listen to later that night or the next day. Come hang out, listen to us talk about Heroes of the Storm.
And how about you, Ben?
I have a lot of stuff, so I'll just rapid fire really quick. Battlepet.net for battle pets. Geektopia doesn't have a website, so just check it out on iTunes. AzerothRoundtable.com. Flex Mode can be found on the stormridecast.libsyn.com. And to really find out everything I'm doing, just follow me on Twitter. I am at AlTheMage. And if you want to say hi in WoW, my character's name is Alanya. I'm a girl.
I'm a girl. So next week we will be chatting with the folks in AIE Eve. So if you're a spreadsheet junkie, if you like Excel, you should tune in next week.
Definitely. I don't have my page up. There we go.
Oh.
Stay tuned as we've got a full ride of great AIE member segments coming right up, including Hunter Talk, Ask Miss Mulgra, much lesser known Shaws, and I'm going to send in my Children's Week Eludra's Pets.
Ooh. But first, if you'd like to interact with the show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Gomez is at Show Not Found. I am at Accusod, and Eludra is at Eludra_AIE because she's special and has the underscore. We record live with video like we're doing right now every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us like the several dozen people are doing right now. Hi, guys. I'm waving at you.
You're awesome.
You can watch one of our past shows on our website at theaiepodcast.com. Our theme, you heard at the top of the show and are about to hear in just a minute, was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
Until next time, AIE, this is Gomez.
And this is Eludra.
This is Accusod.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
And this has been Ben.
Okay.
Ben, Jasmine, you guys have a very important duty now. You must read the chat room
duty.
He's a duty. And our show title. Chat room, we need a show title.
And don't you dare say hey, duty. I'll come after the first person that says that.
When microphones attack?
No, you can't pick
Do
the
we
show
call the
title.
microphone?
Oh.
You have to look at the chat room.
I think if the chat room enters that, it's going to become a winner. So somebody.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, by the way, I have put I didn't know where to put it, so I put it in purple text at the bottom of the show note.
We'll get it.
I will
That's
put
great.
it in the
Oh, you
appropriate
believe in
place.
it? What?
No, I copied it. I
Okay.
copied it.
I spent a whole 10 to 25
Look.
seconds writing that.
Scroll up. It will be in the appropriate place.
Okay.
All right,
thank you.
Jasmine, I have to ask, what's the name of the kitty cat sitting behind you?
That's Lucky.
Lucky is very, very entertaining the whole show. He's looking himself.
Was she there the whole time?
Ignore
Yes.
everything you're doing the whole time. It was hilarious.
Look at that cat. That's an excellent cat. It's a high quality cat.
Buxley, you have been warned.
No. Thanks for your show title.
I kind of like the entire from
Llama
podcaster
face.
to officer in 30 days or
Kara joined just to say llama face.
Well, that is definitely a you have to listen to the show to know what the heck we're talking about.
I like Llama Face.
Okay, I
I
think
love
we have a
Llama
winner.
All right, kudos and Nerdesk. Thank you very much for the show title. Your name will be at the bottom of the show notes this week. And with that, I'm going to turn off the stream and say thank you guys all for listening and watching. We love you all.
Bye.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.